Hello there. Hello world. How are we all doing? It is approximately 3 a.m. on September the 14th, 2013. And yesterday it was actually Friday the 13th. And I don't know, I thought that was kind of cool. Point that out there a little bit. I finally got around to uploading a few things. All it took was an injury. It's funny how actually recently I was a little bit, depressed, I could say. I don't know. I'm just not used to having to sit this long and just like I've been immobilized for the past little bit. I mean, I can feel myself. I feel way better today than I did a couple days ago, but I don't know. I think things are finally starting to look up for me. This is Eric the Conqueror, so that's facebook.com/Eric the Conqueror or youtube.com/user/thesandman047. That actually used to be my old gamer tag, but that's another story. Anyways, I've as you know, well, I don't know if you saw, but in my last video, but on Monday, I folded under a squat and injured my lumbar, and I mean, it's a big it's a big dent in my ego, as well as in my physical being, because I've never really failed the squat before, and I never thought the squat would do me in, like, because I'm such an advocate of it, and it's such a fanatic even, like, I am a squat fanatic, and I study it, I learn it, I'm always trying to improve my squat, and I never think that you should push heavy weights in at the cost of form. And yeah, so it came to quite a wound in my ego. So this would be day 4, and I'm getting some mobility back. Part of the reason I think it is I started implementing pull-ups to reduce some of the stress on the lumbar region. So probably like, I think it would be L1, L2, and L3. No, I think all the ligaments in the lumbar region were stressed to an extent. So we'll see where this recovery goes and whether the therapy works or not. And that's a good thing about having a journal, is you can track your progress very easily. And I'm hoping to be 100%. Well, the doctor says 3 to 6 weeks to heal. I'm hoping to be at a level where I'm considered healed. I want to get ready by 3 weeks. I mean, the process will actually take quite a bit longer, I would think, but I think I can pull through. Yeah, so I don't know. I think plus I think it'll be a good experience for me. I mean, they always say, like, I don't know if this is true or not, but I don't know. I think what goes up must come down. So that kind of ties into the whole argument I was gonna get into earlier. And yeah, so what goes up must come down. So sometimes I find that we go through these stages of turmoil and depression, but I think those are necessary for personal growth, because a couple people have pointed this out, but I think it's fairly apparent. If you look at anybody who, I forget who really said this, but if you look to those who are more successful than us, and like those with great success, most of the time have suffered, and through that suffering, they're able to build the strength to persevere and do great things. I mean, I was actually watching Wolverine right now, and even Wolverine, Wolverine is a very dark character, and he's been through a lot, but it's very evident in his artistic rebirth when when he gets shot by the adamantium and they like coat his spine and stuff, and just everything that he goes through, that's why he's such a badass. And I'm not trying to glorify myself and say that I'm Wolverine, but I think no, fuck that. It's not glorification because everybody does it. We all go through death rebirth cycles on even on a daily basis. I would say I have my own little ritual when I take a cold shower. I during the 5 stages of accepting death or whatever the hell it's called. I go through that. Every time I take a cold shower, I wonder why the hell am I doing this to myself? And then I come and then I accept the fact that I've already done it and there's nothing I can do. And then, I go through it and I'm cool with it. And pretty much at that point, I know that I've been reborn anew. I've been resilient and, I don't know, ready to begin my day. And it's cool, I think, I don't know. It's a good tool to use. And yeah, it's just to be honest, I don't know if I could take it back, I probably could, but it happened. There's nothing I can do now, but maybe it's a sign that I need to bring up my upper body, which is true. I do. I have been neglecting my upper body. And that's the whole balance thing, it balances everything. I know, I favored my legs because, everybody ignores them and, all that other shit. And you know what? Your lower body is very important. That's, we all get stuck in our heads and, all of our energy gets concentrated in the upper region and we don't have anything in the lower region. And that's an imbalance. But an imbalance is also too much energy in the lower region. The balance works both ways. There are two sides to a yin-yang, and if either of those is too much or too little, the balance is thrown off. So, and then, both sides share the blame equally. Well, to an extent. I don't know. You get what I'm trying to say? Balance, not about abundance or what's the word I'm looking for? I go through these mind blanks sometimes, and it's quite annoying. But then I don't know. I guess this is just how I talk. This is how I begin to rant and all my emotions spill forth, and because that's all really thoughts are. Thoughts are actually just emotions, and the idea is that we have the greatest emotional attachment to get the most intent from us and our mind, and it's just I'm getting tired. It's been a while since I've been on a walk, but it feels quite good. In fact, I'm even going to try walking backwards for a while. And it's oh yeah, that's causing some pain. And yeah, so it feels really good now. My spine has been it's been at rest. I mean, it's been good for it. I have a belt strapped. As much as I'm not an advocate of using belts to work out and stuff, but I actually tied a fabric belt. I've been using that to brace my core, and it's quite. It feels very good actually, and I feel good, and I can't wait to get back to 100% and really rehab my core. I think it'll feel good, but I'm pretty sure it'll come back stronger. because now the intent will be focused in that region, and you know the core is what the most important region in our body. It's our anchor, and I just think it's cool. And you know, uh, another thought that crossed my mind the other day, well, because one of my friends, her sister just had a baby, so I was talking about babies, and all human babies are born prematurely, and it makes sense that we have such a long time where we're super dependent on our families and our parents, because like babies are born prematurely because we have the largest brain. Well, not brain, but we have a very large head, and we have a very large head brain and a very large frontal lobe, and all the growth for that cannot occur in the womb, because if it did, then the woman would not. I don't know if you can see this. Crazy lot. Your house going up. And so what happens is the human fetus, it can't fully experience its mental growth for the brain and everything, because if it did, the head would be too big to exit the womb, and it would probably kill the woman, and it would be either way, regardless, it would be detrimental to both the mother and the child if the growth continued and the baby wasn't born prematurely. And when I say prematurely, I mean premature relative to other mammals. I mean, if you look at other, let's look at a dog or a wolf puppy. It's born, it can run, it can jump, it can even growl within a month. I mean, it's phenomenal. It becomes a toddler within a matter of weeks. And for human babies, the initial growth takes a while, because that's the most critical growth, and it's just very other than cry, the child can't do anything at all, pretty much. It is even too weak to lift itself and up. That's why you're not supposed to put a baby on a stomach, because the baby can't support itself enough. It can't do a push-up because it's too weak. And I'm gonna have to do a part 2 for this, because my film's running out. See you in a second.